EDC, everyday carry. Thought that was a pretty well-known term, or a well-known, what the hell are those things called? When it's the letters that stand for something? What is that? Abbreviation? Not abbreviation. Alliteration? No, that's not it. Acronym. Acronym? I think it's an acronym. Thought that was a pretty well-known acronym, but apparently now there's something called Electronic Daisy Carnival, which is like an electronic music festival. So that's a thing. Why daisies? What the hell does daisies have to do with electronic music and carnivals? Like, wouldn't it make more sense to be electronic dance carnival because it's about electronic music and everybody's dancing and running around with glow sticks? It is what it is. Don't know why they had to take an acronym that was already taken, damn it. But nevertheless, let's talk about some man shit. I think historically speaking, everyday carry was more kind of a narrow bandwidth that was created by people that were into the knives, firearms, flashlights, preparedness, so to speak. However, my opinion of EDC, and me and my buddy Taylor, who runs a YouTube channel about EDC, Best Damn EDC, we talked about this, and what EDC means to me is I think a little different than some. For me, EDC doesn't necessarily mean your stereotypical kind of pocket knife, watch, a pen, maybe like a multi-tool of some nature, stuff like that. To me, your everyday carry is literally whatever it is that you carry on you every day to kind of help you get through your day, to help you accomplish the tasks that you are met with every day. What that would be for me is very different than what would be for like a college student, for instance, where maybe if you're a college student or a college professor or something along those lines, maybe there are rules against you carrying a pocket knife on campus. So maybe a pocket knife isn't part of your EDC. Or maybe your EDC is like, a really nice fountain pen or a nice pen of some nature, your phone, you got a really nice watch, and you carry like a leather journal or something, maybe that's your EDC. My EDC changes, and I'll probably start doing these videos maybe seasonally. I've noticed a lot of people do that because my EDC does evolve and change quite often. Just from day to day even, I have quite a bit of EDC gear. I rotate through it on a fairly regular basis. What I've done today though is, as of, what are we in? March of 2020, what is the gear that finds its way into my pocket most often? Because this is my favorite stuff currently. Okay, so with all that being said, all those caveats out of the way, let's get into my... Don't do my favorite part. Wait a second. I didn't miss it. I'm here. You didn't do it without me, did you? No, unfortunately you didn't. I was really hoping today I could sneak the ad spot in and you wouldn't know and I could get through without you, but don't look like I've been that lucky. That cuts me deep, bro. You got me right here. That cuts me deep. You know this is my favorite part, and skincare is definitely something you should do every day. Yeah, but this is everyday carry. This isn't a video about things you use every day. It's everyday carry. It's specifically things that you carry on you every day. I could totally EDC my skincare. Hold up. So you're telling me you're going to everyday carry moisturizer and face wash? Okay, maybe not the face wash, but the moisturizer. You got to keep moisturized. Maybe I could get like these are pretty small. Maybe I could get like a holster I could keep them in, something like that, like here. Whoa, wait 1 second there, baby cap. You're telling me you're gonna wear a lotion holster? Okay, well when you say it that way, you make it sound weird. You think? Really? A lotion holster seems like something other professionals in another entertainment industry might need. Okay, point taken. But Tiege Hanley is still an awesome men's skincare subscription service. It's created for guys just like me and you that want to take care of their skin but don't want to deal with all the BS. And it's really affordable too. And they send you a 30-day supply of everything you need every single month. So, okay there, lotion holsters. I'm with you on that. And he's right. Tiege does make a lot of great products specifically designed for men, and they keep it simple. They've also recently come out with like some chapstick and some body wash, bar, stuff like that. So they're kind of expanding their line of stuff they have for men. So lots of cool stuff from Tiege Hanley, and they've been a long-time supporter of the channel. So if any of this sounds like something you're interested in, check the link I'm going to put down below, and that is going to give you a discount on your first box of Tiege Hanley. All right there, Smith & Lotion. We'll see you next time. Oh, off. Not everything you say is an awesome idea. That was aggressive. Jesus. Censored. Whoa. He's hot today, ladies and gentlemen. He's hot. Somebody get that man some moisturizer. So moving right along, let's get into my actual EDC. I could not narrow it down to one knife. So I cheated a bit. And I have two knives here that we're going to talk about, because while I have a lot of other knives, these are the two that find their way to my pocket probably 90% of the time. The first one, and you've probably seen in some videos, is the PM2. I absolutely love the PM2. And I have to give another credit nod to my buddy Taylor that we talked about a minute ago over at Best Damn EDC. I totally stole this idea for this PM2 from him. He has one that looks very, very similar to this. It was just so damn good, I had to kind of copy it. And what this is not a standard PM2. It has been customized. This has some Micarte scales from Rips Garage Tech, if I'm saying that name correctly. I have also got a brass Flytanium Backspacer in here, because we all know I love brass, anything that patinas. I flame bronze the clip and the hardware, and then I acid etched the blade, because I just think acid etching looks awesome on blades. Anything that makes a knife look a little more old and used, I really, really like. So PM2 though, even without the customizations, is just a great knife. It comes standard with the G10 scales. It's got S30V steel on it. It's a good size knife, some of the best ergonomics of any knife I own. It's got great jimping. I love the jimping. Other companies should take a nod from Spyderco on the jimping. I've had some knives that the jimping is just completely freaking useless. Like there's just no point. This really bites into the meat of your finger if you need grip. It's really, really good. They've also got this nice little finger choil up here, so if you want to choke up on it, you can get really good control of the knife, or if you want to grip back here. No matter which way you grip it though, the ergonomics of this knife are probably some of the best of any knife I have. Paramilitary 3 is also really great, or the PM3. I prefer the 2 just because it's just a tad bigger, and I like the slightly larger size, slightly larger blade, slightly larger handle, fits my hand a little better. To me, it kind of rides in that middle ground where it's just small enough to where it's comfortable to carry, but nice and large to handle most tasks. And the other thing that I absolutely love about the PM2 is the compression lock. I love compression locks. If you get your knife tuned right, it just runs smooth as butter. It is great. It's probably one of my favorite locks, other than the lock on this guy, which we're going to talk about. But after you use something with like a compression lock or an axis lock, it just makes much more sense that to have your fingers back here when you're closing a knife. When you got a frame lock or a liner lock, you got to put your thumb up here, and then you're bringing the blade down across where your thumb, it just doesn't make any sense. Thumb guillotine. I'm a big fan of the tip of my thumb, and I like having it out of the way. It's just completely out of the way. You don't have to worry about it. Just like a firearm, you don't look down the damn barrel, or you keep the barrel pointed in a safe direction. You don't put your finger in the path of the blade when it's closing. It just makes more sense. I'm just saying. Rant over, moving right along. Great blade shape, Spidey hole. You can't talk about a Spyderco without talking about the awesome Spidey hole. I actually prefer a Spidey hole over a stud. You can open this thing with basically any finger. I can even get it with my pinky. Oh, see what I'm saying? Can't do that with a thumb stud. I mean, you can, but it's way harder. This one, you can open with any finger, close it, run smooth as butter, fidget factor extremely high, really great knife. Second knife that I carry on the regular is the Benchmade Bugout, another fantastic knife for everyday carry. Again, it's in that wheelhouse. This one is a little smaller than a PM2, so if you compare the two, obviously the Bugout is a little smaller, it's a little thinner, quite a bit smaller, really. The blade actually is very, very close to the same size. The handle is where you're losing some. This thing like almost disappears in your pocket. It's just so thin. It's really, really great. This also has a back lock kind of situation. This is the axis lock from Benchmade. Same fidget factor, awesomeness, runs smooth as butter. It keeps your finger out of the path of the blade when it's closing. This also S30V blade, if I am not, yep, S30V. Good Lord. This one, you'll notice I have brass scales from Flytanium. The scales that come on the Bugout are super light and they're really nice. Some kind of fiberglass and reinforced plastic or something. I don't remember the exact scale type on it. It makes it extremely, extremely light, which a lot of people like, and that's kind of the point of the Bugout, is extremely light. It disappears in your pocket and all that. I thought they were just a tad flimsy. Like if you squeezed it, if you squoze, if you squeezed, squoze? I don't think squoze. If you squeezed the scales, unlike the PM2 where there's actually liner, there's actually a frame, like a liner in there, the Micarte isn't the only thing. There is no internal frame on a Bugout. So it just felt a little flimsy to me that way. You put some Flytanium scales on there, whether that be titanium or brass or copper or whatever, this thing is solid as a rock. So I have gladly sacrificed a little bit of weight for making this knife feel super, super sturdy. Also has a compact deep carry pocket clip, which I love. Tip up on both, tip up for life. We've gone into this before. You damn tip down guys. Just stop it. just stop it. Thumb stud opening, no Spidey hole in this one, but still really smooth action. Very, very nice and easy to open. Love this thing, love brass. I love that it patinas up. I think it looks really, really great once you've carried it for a little while and it gets some of that patina on it. I have a little leather lanyard. Some people have asked me about my leather lanyards. We'll come to my wallet in a few. It has a lanyard on it too. Where I get them, I don't get them anywhere. I just make them. You can buy like leather lace, which is like leather little strips that are made for like leather shoelaces or whatnot, and you just tie them. That's what I do for a lot of lanyards. Inexpensive, and I like leather. So really cool. Throw you a little lanyard bead of some nature on there, and Bob's your uncle. If you ever run into me and you ask me to do a pocket check, odds are you're gonna find one of these two knives in there. Love both of them, both excellent knives. What else do I have in my carry? I do always carry AirPods on me. I know some of you guys are not huge Apple fans. You don't have to like Apple. I do. That's the great thing about the world. Different people like different shit. That's awesome, right? Everybody's got their own opinion. I happen to really love AirPods. I think they're really convenient. I like being able to talk on the phone with them. I like being able to listen to music on them. I like that they're compact. I like that they work really great. I like the fact that I got this sweet leather case that is all patinaed up now and protects them and looks really, really dope and matches all my other stuff because we all like our EDC to be all matchy, right? AirPods. Another item in my EDC. The next thing is a wallet. I choose to go front pocket wallet. My current one, the one I've been carrying for quite a while now, is the Trayvax Contour. I have a whole video on Trayvax line of wallets, and they make a bunch in their line that are all really good, but the Contour is my favorite. Got this really awesome metal frame that's adjustable. Really great full grain leather strap that's really starts to patina up. You'll hear me say patina 500 times. I won't hear any comments. Drinking game, take a drink every time he says patina. Don't, you'll die of alcohol poisoning. You'll need to get your stomach pumped because I love patina and I say it a lot. Patina, patina, patina. So anyway, really nice leather strap. I love the fact how secure it holds your cards because it's got this little strap that goes over and clicks. I've also got a nice spot in here for some cash. You can hold up to like, I don't know, how many cards do I have in here right now? I've got 9 in it right now, and it could take more. So big fan of how it works, and I've talked about this in the video, so we won't go too deep into it, but I like the fact that you can just thumb your cards up. It's got this opening right here. You can thumb through, easily get to your cards, and when you're done. Just a really nice looking wallet. It's got like a 65-year heirloom warranty. I love this thing. It looks good, functions well, and it's like bulletproof. This thing will outlive me. Trayvax Contour. Awesome wallet. Got some other wallets that are coming that I'm going to be testing, so some other stuff will be having some pocket time very soon. Next item, Zippo lighter. I am a cigar smoker, so it is nice to have a lighter on me just in case I need to have something to light up my cigar. This is a butane insert. It is not Zippo fluid for all you cigar purists that are going to lose your mind. That being said, I will light a cigar with a normal Zippo with lighter fluid in it. So get over it. If you don't like it, too bad. It's not your cigar. You don't have to light it with that. You can go light it with your bougie little cedar spill that you've lit with a flame off of a whiskey stave or something. I don't know. People get so crazy about that shit. Just light your cigar. But anyway, I don't just carry a Zippo on me for lighting a cigar. I just find it helpful to have a lighter for lots of things. Got some nylon webbing on a backpack that's fraying a little bit. You can, light it and keep it from fraying. Got a candle that needs to be lit. You've got it. God forbid, for some reason, you get hung up and you need to be able to start a fire for some reason. You got a lighter. If you're a cigar smoker, cigars. I just find that having a lighter on you comes in handy, and there's nothing more iconic and classic than a good old Zippo. Again, patina, 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 patina. Take some more shots. Patina, patina. They patina up. They look nice. Zippos have been around since my grandfather's grandfather. They're just awesome. They're classic. Love Zippos. Zippos in my EDC. Now, the last thing, and it's not really the last thing because it's kind of a group of things. I've gone through several iterations of this. I used to carry a bigger version of one of these from Hitch and Timber, the Mini Engineer, and I carried a bigger Swiss Army knife. Lately though, just to kind of slim things down a little bit, I've gone to the Runt 2.0. It's a little thinner, a little smaller. You can still get the same, very similar gear in it, but it is a thinner form factor, a little easier to fit in your pocket with other stuff. In this little organizer, you can have a pen. It's always handy to have a pen on you, jotting little notes down, writing stuff to people, signing a check, whatever. This particular pen and my favorite pens are from a company called Big Idea Design. If you've never heard of them, where the hell have you been in the EDC world? They make some awesome EDC gear. They have all kinds of cool shit, so definitely check those guys out. But in particular, I love their pins. This is the Pocket Pro, specifically a version from Peter McKinnon. You guys probably all know him. Pete's Pirate Life. He did a signature or a special edition drop with Big Idea Design. These have got his cool little Pete's Pirate Life logo on here. Fly the flag. You won't be able to get the Pete's Pirate Life pin, at least not for right now, because it was a limited time drop, but you can still get the brass version, which looks almost just like this, but without the black skull and crossbones Pete's Pirate Life clip on it. But they do have this in brass, they have it in copper, they have it in titanium for you guys that love lighter gear, titanium. Tons of different finishes, all metal construction. Probably my favorite thing and what kind of got me turned on to Big Idea Design is it takes any kind of insert. There's nothing more frustrating than having a pin you really like, but it doesn't take the insert you really like or the refill you really like. Not just how the pin looks and feels in your hand, but you know, the insert is how it writes, and that makes a big difference to a lot of people. This particular insert, these are, what are these inserts called again? The Pilot V5s. These are the closest thing to kind of a fountain pen kind of feel insert. I like that kind of feel when I'm writing, and this is kind of the closest thing to that I've found. Regardless what kind of insert you prefer, these pens can handle it. Really awesome bulletproof pens, Big Idea Design Pocket Pro. Next thing in my Hitch and Timber, Promtheus Beta QR, whatever. Here's the deal with EDC flashlights. I like EDC flashlights. This thing has come in handy multiple times out in the backyard at night, trying to find something, drop something. The dogs, kids left something laying out there, looking in my truck under the seats to try to find something that fell, coming through the house at night. I know a lot of people say, oh, well, you got a light on your phone. What do you know, true, you do. But the light on your phone, A, runs your battery down your phone, and B, is not the same as having a light. That is a flash that kind of floods. This is, you know, a flashlight. It's meant for, you know, illuminating things. This is meant to use as a flash on taking a picture, and it just so happens that you can turn it on to use it for a flashlight. This works better. It's got a longer throw on it. It's just better for looking for shit. I've used this thing a whole bunch. Now, that being said, I do not find it important enough to carry a flashlight, to carry a big, I've seen some of you guys carry some serious flashlights EDC, which, hey, if it can fit in your everyday carry and you're comfortable carrying it, all more power to you. I need something little though. I can't be carrying a big ass flashlight in my pocket. This thing is tiny. It is just a little bitty AAA. I mean, like next to the size of a pin. It is not a very big flashlight. So it takes up very little room for what it does compared to the room it takes up. I feel like it's a good trade-off. All metal construction, this thing's bulletproof. You got 3 modes, 1 lumen, 15 lumens, and 90 lumens. So not the brightest flashlight in the world. I don't find that I need anything brighter than 90 lumens for 95% of the stuff that I do. And the good thing is it's also got that really low 1 lumen. So if you are going around the house at night, you can kind of look around in the dark and it illuminates things enough to where you can see, but not so bright that, you know, you're going to wake up the whole house. And again, brass, so you can't see it. I'll put in some B-roll. It has really developed just the sweetest damn patina of any of my gear. It really looks just like some old sea captain shit. It looks awesome. I love this flashlight. They're about 80 bucks. Now this is a twist kind of deal. 1,590, blind you. Not a back press. Some people like the back press. I actually like the twist. And the reason I like twist is it is intentional when you turn it on. You are not going to accidentally turn this on in your pocket. I have a Olight, which is a similar size. I do like this Olight, but I have accidentally turned this thing on in my pocket before. You can't with this. So I actually really like it. And that fits right down in my Runt 2.0 next to my pen. Last is the Swiss Army knife Alox Cadet. I like carrying a secondary blade. A lot of people do. Maybe you're in an environment where if you pull out a, you know, knife and get to, people are gonna be like, ugh. And in that case, you can always pull out your little Swiss Army knife and that's never gonna bother anybody. Also, secondary blade, so for more expensive knives, you can save your edge, take this out for, you know, different kind of tasks. Also is a multi-tool of sorts. So on here, not only do you have a blade, you've got a 2D Phillips head, you got a can opener, you got a bottle opener, flathead screwdriver and wire stripper, primary blade, little file, which by the way, the Cadet has the kind of file that I like. It's actually a file. It's got the little lines cut down into the metal. It's not that kind of file that some Swiss Army knives have that's just like rough. The metal's been roughened. It just doesn't file for shit. It's no good. This is an actual file. This will actually file off your fingernails, or I've even used it to file off like a little burr off of some metal before, or you can use it to clean your fingernails. Swiss Army knives are great, and Aloxes are about as thin a profile as you're gonna get, other than like SD Classics and stuff, which are super, super small. These actually have enough size to where that's a fairly serviceable size blade on it. When you get down to SD Classics, those blades are almost useless, and super, super thin on the Alox Cadet. It does have the aluminum scales, which I think look really good. The only downside to that is you do sacrifice the tweezers and the toothpick, which is kind of a bummer, but hey, not anything's perfect. And that slips down right into my Runt 2.0, and that is very easy just to stick in whichever pocket I have free. I don't have a standard pocket that I wear this in all the time. Depends on the kind of pants I got on. Really small form factor. You get a lot of tools. So very nice to have on you. What else do we have? Like I said, this is a just guaranteed part of my EDC. I have this on me more than anything else. Primary means of communication. I work on this thing constantly. Emails, answering in emails, whatnot. I'm on here checking YouTube and answering comments, posting stuff to Instagram. I'm always on my phone, unfortunately. I try not to be on it any more than I have to be, but I am on this thing quite a bit. So this is definitely something to have on me all the time. And this is an iPhone 11 Pro Max, right? Pro Max. Yeah. Same with the AirPods. I know some of you guys are not Apple fans and you're Android users. And again, that's fine. You're allowed to like Android. I'm allowed to like Apple. I love Apple products and I'm proud of it. I like Apple stuff. I really love this phone. It's great. Does everything I need it to do. Does it well. Very thin. Looks good. Apple iPhone 11. Always on me. What else? Another little shout to my buddy Taylor from Best Damn EDC. It's because of him that I have this. This was one of his limited drops that he does on his website, carry commission. A limited drop he did with Mighty Hanks. The people that actually make this hank is called Mighty Hanks, but he specifically had these Topo design ones made, and he was kind enough to get one in the mail to me. So I've already thanked him because I've had this thing for a while. But again, thank you, Taylor. I appreciate this, buddy. I love this thing. You may not be able to get one of these Topo ones because like I said, that was a limited drop that Taylor did, but I still recommend you go to Mighty Hanks and check these things out because this thing is awesome. Ever since he's given me this, it has not left my pocket. Why is this thing so great? You're like, Jeremy, it's a hank. Oh, big freaking deal. A, it looks sweet. B, it's got like a normal kind of hank, like a tougher material on this side, but on this side, you have a microfiber cloth. And this is the best, it's even better than most microfiber cloths I have. And my wife even loves this thing. I'm gonna get her one because she's always, give me your hank, because it does so good at removing fingerprints and smudges. I use it on most is my glasses, my sunglasses. How many times have you gone to do with your shirt and it just smears and it just looks like absolute garbage? This is like a miracle cloth. Your glasses can be tore up. Give it a little rub. A little ASMR for you guys. Give it a little rub and your glasses are perfect. And nothing pisses me off more than having smudges and shit on my glasses. Drives me crazy. So this thing is awesome. I love it. Always stays in my back pocket so that I can clean my glasses, or if I need to, wipe a little something on my beard with the other side. But mostly what I use this for is cleaning my glasses. I love this thing. We're almost to the end. I know this is probably going to be one of my longer videos. Matter of fact, I need a sip of water. Hot dog. There's been a lot of stuff to go over. My least favorite part of my EDC, my keys. I just hate keys. I hate them. I've gone through about 100 different versions of trying to work out the best way to minimalize my keys, and I'm still working on it. I'm still going through different variations. My current setup though is I think this is called an orbit key. Yeah, an orbit key. It's a little leather key organizer kind of thing. I don't have an absolute ton of keys. I think I have 4 keys on me. So 4 keys, and then it allows you to put in this little multi-tool, which is like a bottle opener. It's got a little pry bar / package opener thing. So pretty cool to have extra functionality. Keeps your keys from jingling around, keeps them all kind of together and simple, and then you just rotate them out, whichever one you need to use. If all my keys fit in here and all I had to have on here was this, it probably wouldn't be bad. But the problem is with most cars these days, you got this whole like big key fob situation. So that kind of screws it up and takes away from the minimal nature of this. And then I like to keep a little multi-tool on me. So I found that the best place is just to have a small, this is a little Leatherman Squirt PS4, just because it's nice to have the extra functionality of like a small pair of pliers sometimes. It's got some wire cutters on it. One of my favorite things is it has a little tiny pair of scissors. Little pairs of scissors come in handy all the time for cutting little threads off your clothes, or I mean, there's 100 other little tiny things that a small pair of scissors comes in handy for. So it's got some other useful tools on it. It's really, really small. I mean, you can only hope for so much in something this compact. I mean, this thing's tiny. For how tiny it is great, and I do like it. So you end up with this just cluster. I don't have another word for it. The only thing I do like about my current setup is the Trayvax Link, I think this is called. I like this because I tuck all this shit into my back pocket. Some people are like, why is that damn thing so long? If I had that on the front, it's gonna hang down and jingle. What I like to do when I'm out and I'm done is I hook it through my back belt loop, and then I can just put it in my back pocket. I do like that. And it does have a quick release on it, so you could technically leave this attached to your belt loop all the time. The disconnect is the only part that I don't love. It is a quick disconnect, so that's nice. It's very easy to undo. It's not as easy to redo because you have to push this and kind of, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a quick disconnect, pretty damn easy, but it's not easy to one-hand it. I kind of wish they just had those really strong magnets that a lot of them use. Some of those magnets are really, really strong, so they're just about as secure as something like this. And it also makes it a lot easier to connect and disconnect. Nevertheless, I do really like it. I like the fact that it's leather. It's in the tobacco brown. Again, patina, patina, patina. Keep drinking, bitch. I told you, don't want to play this game with me. So I love the way it looks. That's my keys. I feel like it's a little bulky. I'd like to figure out a little better situation. I've gone through the key bars and all that stuff, and I don't love those either. They're okay, they're good, but I will continue upon my key journey, and maybe by the next update, I'll have a better solution. That's it. That is my EDC. That's the stuff that I carry on me most days. That's probably more than some people carry, probably a lot less than others carry. I know some of you are gonna be saying, Jeremy, don't you carry a firearm? I don't talk about this much on the channel. I do carry a firearm. I am a concealed weapons permit holder. I don't get deep into that because A, it's really frowned upon on YouTube these days. So that's why I don't ever show firearms or talk about it much. And B, you get into this political debate with people that I just don't feel like having. So I don't get into it. But yes, I do also incorporate a firearm into my everyday carry. We're not gonna get too deep into that because again, YouTube and people. But just so you guys don't ask and say, well, why don't you carry a firearm? I don't get a bunch of comments saying that. I do. I'm just not gonna go into it. All that being said, that's it. Those are my knives, those are my gear. That's what I carry on me every day. As it evolves, I will maybe do some updates on this every so often, but for right now, for today, that's my jam. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you found some of this information helpful and or useful. As always, I will put links to all this stuff down below. If you did enjoy this, feel free to smash that like button. That always helps us out. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. We'd love to have you on board. I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic week, and we will see you in the next video.
1, 2, check this. Hey, it's okay to smile. I know you like my style. I make it look so easy. Been doing it for a while, yeah. Plaid shirt killing them. Milk top.